Hi Rick, this is Naveen from your Data Manipulation Techniques class. In this video, I'm going to be presenting my final project. The objective of the project is to find a reliable data set and analyze the data using pivot tables. Then I'm going to clean the data set using pandas data frame. Finally, then I'm going to create a visualization using a visualization software like Tableau. I'm also going to store my dataset in a remote SQL server, then use that server to connect to my visualization software. So the source of my dataset is the website called StatCan. It's a public repository that contains statistical information about Canadian provinces. From that website, I downloaded three entire tables that contain educational information that describes the employment income of the graduates from the Canadian colleges. So my data set is from 2010 to 2013. It has information about employee income after 2 years of graduation and 5 years of graduation. It is also categorized by provinces, gender, age group, and course type. As I said, I have downloaded three tables from the website. One table has the employment income, another table has the enrollment data, and the third table has the graduation data. So I'm going to be combining those three tables to get my data set. So and this each of those table has about 400 MB of MB data. Uh, then, but most of them are aggregated results from the classifiers. For example, one data about gender will have three columns: one for male, one for female, one for total gender. So the total gender is the aggregate of male and female gender. So I'm going to remove the total aggregate values to get my original data set. This is my raw data set. I'm going to use this raw data set to do some preliminary analysis using a pivot table. So this is the first pivot table that I created using the data. I have used the program type with the average income of the student categorized by the gender column to create this pivot table. Next, I'm going to use this pivot table to create a pivot chart. So this is the pivot chart that I created for the pivot table. So we can see the average salary of the students in this chart. Students enrolled in who were enrolled in the dental, medical, or veterinary program as the highest and the highest salary, followed by other programs like mathematics, computer science, and engineering. So I created another pivot table for the data. It shows the number of students enrolled in each provinces in Canada, which are categorized by the age group. In this dataset has two age groups. One is from 15 to 34, representing young adults. Another is 35 to 64 years old. So this is the pivot chart that I created using my second pivot table. As expected, Ontario has the largest number of students enrolled in a program. But when you check the second age group, that is the age group from 35 to 64 years old, you can see Quebec and British Columbia is has a slightly larger number of enrollees compared to Ontario. So I'm going to be using pandas data frame to clean my dataset. As I said, this is a huge dataset with about 16 million rows, but most of them are aggregate values for class and different categories in the table. First, I'm going to remove those aggregate values in the rows. So as I said, in the column education qualification, the value total qualification represents the aggregate value of the column education qualification column. So when I remove that one, you can see the number of rows decrease. Likewise, I did the same for the total fields of study column. The size of the dataset decreases further. Again, decreases further. Now, in my metadata of my dataset, it is mentioned that the values x in the status column is null value is the null values, and in the value dot in the status column represents the data that has been removed because of the because of the because it's a sensitive data and it's been removed for security purposes. So I remove when I remove this uh, rows with this data, all my null values in the dataset is automatically removed. So after doing that, I'm going to recode my categorical columns that has far too many categories. For example, here in the professional training certificate and the professional training diploma I created for those things, any category with these keywords, I'll create a professional training certificate category. Like that, after doing that, I want instead of 15 different categories, I only have 5. Next, I'm going to create a new column called field type. In this field type column, I created a it has two categories. One is STEM, one is base. It represents the graduates enrolled, whether a graduate is enrolled in a STEM program or a base or non-STEM program. Then, as I said before, my dataset has the information about employment income after 5 years of graduation and 2 years of graduation. So I use this two data and computed the income growth column. Created the income growth column. It represents the progression of income from the 5 years of graduate to from the 2 years of graduation to the 5 years of graduation. Next, I did the same method for cleaning the other two tables in my dataset. These tables, one table has the information about student enrollment, another one has the information about student graduation. Next, in Python, I've created some visualizations using the plotly library. In this graph, you can see the total number of students enrolled in Canadian colleges and universities from the year 1995 to 2019. As expected, most of the students were Canadians, but the share of the international students is slowly growing from the year 2000. And also the number of students now are going not reported has reduced significantly from the year 2000. Of those international students, we can see the most of the students are from countries in Eastern Asia, followed by Southern Asia, and this trend seems to be growing, especially in the case of Eastern Asia. After cleaning my data, I stored my data in a remote SQL server. Here is the data from the server, that is fetched from the server. Next, I'm going to connect to that server in Tableau, and since I have three different tables, I have linked the data in the table based on their common keys and generated my final data. And Tableau, I created about 6 visualizations for my data. The first one I created is a map. This geospatial map is color coded based on the income level, income increase, and from the year 2010 to 2013. Next, I've created a stacked bar chart. It represents the ratio proportion of students enrolled in a program versus the students who are graduated from a program in the from the years 2012, 11 to 13. The third chart I created is a tree map. In this tree map, I have sorted the field of study using the number of enrollment in each study. Next, I've created a line chart that describes the median income reported in for 5 years versus the median income reported in 2 years. The fifth chart I created is a simple bar chart. It represents the employee and employment income of graduates based on their educational qualification and gender. Uh, Finally, the sixth and final chart I created is a chart representing the income growth. And this chart is generated from the generator field I created in the data cleaning process. So it represents the growth of income in the 4 years of study. So I'm going to demonstrate the dashboard now. So this is my final dashboard. Will move on to Tableau to demonstrate the working of the dashboard. This is my Tableau, and these are the three tables I meant of my dataset. My dataset has a geofield column, but I was having trouble connecting to creating a spatial map. Luckily, the website I downloaded this dataset from the StatCan website has separated as provisions for downloading geospatial data. So I downloaded that data and connected to my database. Sorry, connected to my Tableau. Using that data, I have created this geospatial map. I've ignored the northern provinces because there are very limited data about the northern provinces of Canada due to its low population density. And this I calculated this map based on the growth in employment income. As you can see, only Quebec and Quebec and Ontario has the positive growth, and the other provinces has a net negative growth in the 4 years of study. This is my second visualization. It shows the ratio of students enrolled in a program versus the student graduated from a program. As you can see, the number of students enrolled in a program is disproportionately higher than the number of students who graduated from a program. It is color coded based on the educational information. The green represents the master's degree, the red represents the doctoral, and the orange represents the bachelor's degree. The next visualization is the tree map. The size of the tree map, each tree node is based on the enrolled number of students enrolled, and the color it is color coded based on the in growth in income, average growth in income. The fourth visualization compares the income reported after 5 years to the income reported in 2 years. This is the visualization that compares the graduates based on their education qualification and their gender with the reported employee. This is my final dashboard. Now I'm going to use it to find the graduate who has done his bachelor's, who is male and has done his bachelor's degree in Quebec in business and administration, and find their employment income. As per the data, the graduates who reported their employment income after 2 years earn about $130,000, and after 5 years, they are reported an increase of $130,000. That is a $16,000 increase. Next, I'm going to see a student in how a student in British Columbia who has done who is female and they completed their master's degree. Wait a second, it will take a while. And she has done her master's degree in healthcare. So you can see the income took a giant dip. It has actually decreased by $1,000. So after 2012, it has only increased about $1,800. So it has shown a negative growth in income. Finally, I'm going to demonstrate my visualization that I created using Plotty. So I've actually inserted my dataset into. I did this after inserting my dataset into a database. So I used SQL to fetch my data. After fetching the data, I have also imported Plotty. Then after importing Plotty, this is my final graph. You can see the interactive implementation of Plotty. So this map shows the number of students enrolled in Canadian colleges from 1995 to 2019. Although most of the students are Canadian, the international students enrolled in the Canadian colleges seems to be slowly increasing from the year 2000. So this is a bar chart showing the composition of international students and their country of origin. As you can see, the students from Eastern Asia made up more than half the uh, students enrolled in Canadian colleges. They are followed by trailed by students from countries in Southern Asia. And this data shows from the year 2011 to 2014.